escalation, and we will keep you posted on new developments there.
This looks like a political rollout of a narrative just a couple weeks before Donald Trump's inauguration, and it bothers me, and I don't think it's good. And the
political rollout by the intelligence community or by the Democrats who were briefed?
By the Obama administration.
Really? So you think this was an effort by the Obama administration to undercut Donald Trump?
How else do you define it?
Well, Devin Nunes, their House Intel chair, accusing the administration of leaking its report on Russian hacking to damage the president-elect prior to Inauguration Day. Donald Trump among those calling for an investigation. Here's the tweet, quote, "Before I or anyone saw the classified or highly confidential hacking intelligence report, it was leaked out to NBC News. So serious," end quote. Sean Spicer, incoming White House Press Secretary, Special Advisor to President-elect Trump. And Sean, good morning to you on a Monday, and thank you for coming back here on America's Newsroom.
Always a treat. Thanks for having me.
Do you think the White House intentionally leaked this report as well?
Well, I'm not going to try to guess what I think happened. I think what Chairman Nunes and others have said, including the president-elect, is that we need an investigation. We're talking about classified information pertaining to our nation's cybersecurity and what has happened. And the idea that members of the media were given that report prior to, not at all, frankly, never mind the timing at all, is troubling. But the idea that they were given it prior to the president-elect and the Gang of Eight, as Chairman Nunes pointed out, it should be troubling to everybody, because part of the reason classified information really gets to the.
I mean, there's not. Who else would have that information? The list in Washington is not long.
That's right, but again, I'm not here to impugn anybody about what they may or may not have done. I think the right way to go about this is exactly as the president-elect and Chairman Nunes have said, which is we needed to have hearings and an investigation as to how this happened, because somebody is responsible for this, and it's very troubling.
Okay, will there be an investigation, conversely, into Russia for the hacking of the past year?
I think you've seen both the Senate Armed Services, the Senate Intelligence Committee, and some of the action on the House as well looking into this matter. So there has been a tremendous amount, and I think when you look at the efforts that were undertaken by 17 of our nation's intelligence communities, that was with the briefing that was given to the president-elect and his team last Friday. There has been extensive research and intelligence looking into how this all happened.
Yeah, but
one of the things that gets lost, and I know.
Fine point on this, Sean. Lindsey Graham, John McCain, others over the weekend, they're saying, and these are Republicans clearly, they're saying that they will pursue it. Will a Trump administration support that pursuit?
Well, of course, I mean, to the extent that we need to know who's doing what, who is trying to look into our nation's infrastructure, cybersecurity, yeah, of course we need to constantly be looking into it. It's something that's gone on for decades, and as the president-elect said in his statement last Friday, he needs to get a plan in 90 days on how we're going to buttress our efforts to stop this. One of the things that's really interesting, and it's been lost in this discussion, it was brought up by my boss, Reince Priebus, on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace, is that largely what you do when you read some of these reports is realize that most of this stemmed from the Democratic National Committee not having the proper IT security they have, and then rebuffing the Federal Bureau of Investigations on multiple occasions when the FBI came to the DNC and said, "We believe you're being hacked," and the DNC told them to go away and didn't answer the calls. I think one of the massive takeaways of all of this reporting that's getting lost is that when a law enforcement agency contacts you to inform you that there's something going on, take the call, heed their advice, and act. That is something that the Democratic National Committee failed to do on numerous occasions, and it's frankly gotten lost in the entire conversation.
Okay, point taken on that. Hearings start tomorrow. Do you expect any nominee to